is Mongolian Mindset, and today me and PC are going to be typing fucking Juice WRLD because you guys have been asking us to type Juice WRLD for damn near a year now. So fuck it, we're gonna do it today. I know his music is pretty good. I mean, I've listened to a couple of songs. I can't remember them off the top of my head anymore. I think like Lucid Dreams or something was a really good one. Um, but his music is pretty good. It's more feelings based to me, if anything, with the music, with the sadness, connecting on the sadness and the pain and stuff that people go through in the everyday life. So I think that's the reason why he resonated with a lot of people. He did overdose, I think in what 2019 or something like that. So you're gonna see. PC, you got anything you want to say before we get into this?
Other than the fact that we seem to have uh, a dead rappers series going on.
It's a dead rapper series. Yeah, yeah. So you guys know we use Linda Berens Interaction Styles and Temperament combined with cognitive functions, guys. We do have a breakdown of all these metrics in the cognitive functions on the channel, and we do have the Demigod Dojo where you can get one-on-one coaching with people like PC and Zara, where they go through and give you the actual sources that you need to get to a certain belt. I think that's going to be very great just for the typology community because you don't want to be like these fucking idiots at Personality Database who fucking know nothing. So don't be like those guys. So join our Discord. I think it's going to be one of the best places. Because if you want us to type a celebrity that you want, you have to boost the server, and we'll get to that. Me and PC eventually get to it. All righty. This is gonna be fun here. So, guys, we got Juice WRLD. Let's go see what they have at Personality Dummy Base. They have him as an ISFP. No, INFP. INFP. Oh, shocker. Oh shit, I thought he was gonna be ISFP. They got him as INFP, guys. So let's check the chart here. And this chart is on the site as well. Just go to mongolianmindset.org and you can download the chart and other stuff that we have on there. We will be updating that in the future. We'll get our celebrity list on there and shit. But INFP right there, they're responding, they're informative, they're outcome focused, they're abstract, they're emotive, and they are affiliative. They're TEFI and SINE. If he meets those metrics, we'll type him INFP. If he don't, we'll find his actual personality type. Okay. So any guesses, PC?
I seem to there seems to be a shit ton of rappers, and most of the time they're usually pragmatic. So, INFP is probably not going to be right, but I'm willing to have a look at and see if the metrics check out. So,
Yeah, let's go.
Love? Yep, yes, sir.
How does that feel?
Man, it's really just a blessing to me, man. I just, obviously I'm happy, and it makes my day those are the stats. But I just kind of take that and just, use that to even aim for higher next time. So at the end of the day, I just call it a blessing and keep it moving.
Lucid Dreams was the smash. Everybody loved. Now, what was the idea and the feeling of Lucid Dreams?
actually, he was talking about the stats
It's funny
there,
because
so that could be seen as outcome.
You say he's looking at the stats there.
Yeah.
I could say TE, some TE there. If you're talking about the stats and just keep it moving, you can say maybe TE, right?
Yeah.
TE.
I wrote that song in like 15 minutes, and then on the original mixtape that it was on, I didn't think that was gonna be it was just another song. Like obviously I liked it enough to put it on the project, but I didn't think that was gonna be the smash. I had a song called Moonlight on the tape, and I thought that was gonna be the smash, but
All right.
Lucid Dreams the
All
one
right. So when people start talking like this, dude, I'm already like informative, right?
Hmm.
Whenever I hear voices like this, it's just like, yo, informative off rip. Like it's just got to go down. Like he's informative. Like sorry. Like you start hearing the voice like that, you're just like, bro, stop playing with me. That is informing. Like you're not standing on nothing. It's just straight passive. So with being informative, that eliminates all of the direct types, guys. So those guys are gone off rip. PC, you good there?
Yeah, man.
These mumble rappers.
that blew up. So
And
People can relate to heartbreak too. I feel like.
For sure.
And I don't feel like a lot of guys express that too much.
No. And the people that do, like, people be ready to make fun of them for it when they got the same feelings. They just scared to say it, you know? But, like, I feel like as far as, like, I didn't know that many people was gonna be able to relate to heartbreak. It surprised me how many people related to that song. You know, like,
everybody has their heart broken,
but they don't talk about it.
But a lot of people don't.
Especially
talk
guys.
about it, though.
Girls talk about it, but guys don't do songs expressing how heartbroken they were and all of that. They don't do that.
We used to have to be tough. So
I'm saying, but being a real nigga, like if you 100% a real nigga, that means you're not afraid to show your emotions. It's a balance. It's a balance of everything. It's not just toughness. You feel me? Like you gotta really. It's a balance of all attributes.
I always feel like guys act like they moved on.
They're good. SI there.
You said what?
You said a bit of FI and SI.
Yeah.
Talking about showing his feelings, and he's talking about balance.
Yeah. I got that FI and SI there. But that sound like a fucking obnoxious critic there. Like I've heard Christian hit me with that shit.
It could be, yeah.
I've heard Christian hit me with that, bro. Like he gets so upset. Like people don't know balance. You know, he's fucking. They don't know balance. And I'm like, God damn, SI critic.
You have to be tough. So
I'm saying, but being a real nigga, like if you 100% a real nigga, that means you're not afraid to show your emotions. It's a balance. It's a balance of everything. It's not just toughness. You feel me? Like you gotta really. It's a balance of all attributes.
I always feel like guys act like they moved on, they're good. Oh, it wasn't that big a deal.
They be butthurt,
start
man.
dating right away, but they really do be upset at home alone. Like
niggas be butthurt.
That's what I love about y'all generation, man. Y'all not afraid to express y'all feelings and y'all true emotions.
Sure.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like it's just the evolution of man.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like it's just as times get as we move on, technology it's changed. Social media is a whole different place now. People really be sharing their feelings on social media. I feel like it just comes with the evolution of man, pretty much.
You think that the definition of what a man was supposed to be was fucked up throughout the years?
Hell yeah, just because we not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just because we don't even, our definition of perfect isn't perfect because we don't know what perfect is because we not that. So I feel like just off the strength of us not being perfect and us making mistakes, of course we got. I mean, think about it.
I don't agree
technically
with what he
speaking,
just
as
said
far as everybody, they think the definition.
Like our definition of perfect, like bro, you can still describe perfect without being perfect, bro. Sorry, like it may be unattainable, but you can still define perfect. I kind of disagree with that shit. I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
And was supposed to be was fucked up throughout the years. Well.
Hell yeah, just because we not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just because we don't even, our definition of perfect isn't perfect because we don't know what perfect is because we not that. So I feel like just off the strength of us not being perfect and us making the mistakes, of course we got, I mean, think about it. Like, technically speaking, as far as.
Goddamn, this in our child. I'm kidding. Oh, man.
Like everybody, they think the definition of a real nigga is somebody that's just tough.
That's actually
a savage. Yeah, a savage, a killer or something. Like, not somebody that's taking care of all their responsibilities, not somebody that don't tell a lie, that don't, you know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up.
That treats people with respect.
Yeah, exactly. It's all fucked up. It's all mixed up.
Do you talk to your friends about things that you're going through, or is it more expressed in your music?
It depends. I mean, I'm most definitely not afraid to speak my mind, so it all depends. If I know that person has went through the same thing, then I may come to that person like, yo, what did you do in this situation? Because I'm going through this. So, it all depends. Sometimes I just leave it in the music, though. And
you could even say that's TI.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you start hearing depend talk, it's usually like, oh, if this, then that. You know what I mean? So that's confusing.
Be people hitting me up like, what, you went through this? I went through this, bro. I'm praying for you, know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. So yeah, that's pretty much how.
So you went from a huge SoundCloud artist to signing with Interscope.
Yeah.
What made you do the deal with Interscope, and how did Interscope ever feel you and hear you and reach out to you?
What made me do that deal was it felt the most home, you know what I'm saying? And I was just waiting for what was best for me. And so
I was waiting what's best for me.
Yeah, that's motive.
Yeah.
That's actually prag motive. Yeah.
Labels, had a couple meetings and shit, and that was what felt the best. You know, that was the best deal. So how could we refuse?
You got a $3 million deal, right?
$3 million. That felt good too.
Man, damn it, pissed myself. You hear me?
Yeah, but how soon did people switch up on you after that?
Oh, what? Look, they switched up before that. Because so for a short period of time in between, like, so pretty much that man over there, G Money, that's the person that discovered me and really blew me up.
What up, G
Took
Money?
me to the label. That's the CEO right there.
Okay.
It's my big brother. So, like, it was a time and period before me and him started going to different labels. It was like a month we was back at home, and I had a little money in my pocket. I came up on a little money, came up on like $20,000, and everybody was dick sucking when I got back home. And I don't even know how. It was somebody with me when I got the money, and I think they went and told everybody that I had $20,000.
How'd you get it?
It was just I had did some business, like I had signed to, like I did some business with my big brother, like I signed a contract. So like, you know, it was just a little something, but like everybody was on my dick by the time I got back home.
Mad informative. Brother did something illegal. You catch that PC? He did something illegal. Did something with my big brother, like
was dick sucking when I got back home, and I don't even know how. It was somebody with me when I got the money, and I think they went and told everybody that I had $20,000.
How'd you get it?
It was just I had did some business, like I had signed to, like I did some business with my big brother, like I signed a contract. So like,
bro,
you know, it was just a little something, but like everybody was on my dick by the time I got back home. Like I got back home, I woke up the next morning, my phone blown up. Like, what you on? Let's smoke. Let's do this. Let's like. Nah, I'm staying in the crib. Motherfucker, I'm telling you, bro, that shit weird, bro. Like that shit changed people for real.
What was the first thing you bought when you got your $3 million advance?
Damn. I went shopping a couple times, so probably just clothes.
Just clothes.
And
nothing big. What was the biggest purchase?
The biggest purchase, I can tell you the biggest purchase to this day. Probably I got a watch. It's an AP, all baguettes. It was like $250.
$250 on the watch?
Yeah.
Okay. No crib, no cars, no nothing?
No, I got a crib in LA.
Okay.
So, but that's like
a mansion.
Yeah, like. But as far as like just like items and shit, that's the most expensive shit. I want the Rolls Royce truck. I may grab it. I don't know. But
yeah.
Did you move out the hood immediately?
Yeah, I mean, my OG moved me away from that environment a while back.
But you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Smart move.
For sure.
There's a lot of artists in Chicago that were very supportive of you anyway.
Yeah.
But even though their music is nothing like how your music sounds.
Yeah, for sure.
So who did you look up to in Chicago coming up? I know you listen to a lot of artists outside of Chicago, but in Chicago, where you're from.
Really typical, like Sosa, King Louis, Chance the Rapper, Dirk a little bit. And I mean, Chicago, it's funny we talking about this because I was really just talking about this with my homies yesterday. Chicago got, like, you know how Atlanta got a wave? You know what I'm saying? Like Thug and everybody, like Atlanta got a wave, Atlanta got a sound. Chicago, I feel like people don't think about it like this, but Chicago had just as big as an impact on the music industry as far as when the drill movement came out.
That TE and SE there? PC? TE,
Yeah.
I feel like
Chicago got, like, you know how Atlanta got a wave? You know what I'm saying? Like Thug and everybody, like Atlanta got a wave, Atlanta got a sound. Chicago, I feel like people don't think about it like this, but Chicago had just as big as an impact on the music industry as far as when the drill movement came out.
Of course.
Like, you may not hear a motherfucker make drill music, but they shit sound like it came out of drill music. You feel me? It
Like
sound like
even kind of before that though, with Kanye.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's no doubt. But like all the dark synths and like, you know, people really rapping on autotune, talking about killing them. It's drill music. It may sound a little faster, a little slower. It may be like a little bit, you know, something else thrown in there, but it's like a descendant of drill music, though.
I think because it gets lumped in with what people think some type of what down south music sounds like sometimes.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
it gets lumped in with that.
For sure. Chicago got a big part of, like, what's going on now.
Yeah.
You go back home a lot?
Nah, not no more. If anything, if anybody I want to see, I just tell them to come to me. I fly them to me.
Because the hate is too real?
Yeah. I ain't trying to deal with none of that. Like, in Chicago, it's really, y'all probably heard, like, it's been a couple people that described it as this before, but Chicago is like crabs in a bucket.
SE and the TE.
And, you know, a motherfucker try to get out, everybody else in the bucket gonna do everything they can to stop that person.
I've always been told that, and I agree with it. But then I look at somebody like Chance, who's still there. But then everybody always says Chance is different.
He is though, because I mean, you know, like he don't really got no history of coming up beefing with nobody or claiming he was something that he wasn't trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, he's most definitely one of the more positive people to come out the city, even content wise. You know, he don't speak on no violent shit like that. If anything, he speak on stopping the violence. You know, so
Kanye was planning to move back to Chicago for a second.
For a second,
it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he just be saying whatever idea come off the top.
At that moment,
He be freestyling.
He freestyle life. That nigga freestyle life.
He said that nigga freestyle life.
So you wrote this last album in 5 days, right? Well, freestyle.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, like people kind of took that the wrong way. I was paying attention to some of the reactions that people was making to that. It took it as me not trying. When really, like I said, Lucid Dreams, I wasn't rushing to write that song. I wrote it in 15 minutes. Some of the best songs I've made in like 15, 20 minutes. It's just off the strength of my work ethic. Like,
sounds pretty outcome.
Ideas come to me real fast. So
and not thinking too hard about like, let me change this, let me do that. It kind of just flows. That's a talent.
Thank you.
How'd you start rapping? Because
what do you think?
I seen the video.
What do you think we can get rid of?
Well, we've already got informing.
We got informing.
TEFI, SCNI.
Yeah.
Which pretty much leaves us with only. Oh, actually, no. Yeah.
If we hit TEFI, guys, that will eliminate these types here. And these types here. So we'd have ESFP, ISFP, ENFP, and INFP. His cadence and the way he's going about it, I'm not really getting progression or outcome. I mean, progression or journey. It's pretty much seeming outcome.
Yeah.
So that means these are going too now. So we'll go back and look versus ISFP versus INFP.
Well, we can knock off motive because both have motive, and we've already seen that.
Yeah, we've already seen motive. So, so we'll go back and see.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Pretty sure what?
Well, I mean, we've already seen a lot of the SCNI.
Yeah, but just go back and make sure, you know.
Yeah.
Just make sure. I mean, personality database, man, you still in the hunt, bitch. I got you alive. PC wanted to kill you.
You rapping for over an hour, freestyling for an hour. So how did you start rapping?
That was on Tim Westwood's show.
Tim Westwood.
Rocking you, rocking you, rocking you.
I ain't gonna lie. It really started because my mom she used to be super strict when I was like a little kid on the music I could listen to. And I used to go over to my cousin's crib and bump Wayne, Gucci, Jeezy, Jewels, you know what I'm saying, everything. And I'd come back home and be reciting the lyrics in my head and forget some of them. And then I just add my own lyrics in there to fill it. And then that's just how I started. I was like 4 or 5 years old doing that. So like, eventually I think I started freestyling on some random shit. And I got good at it. And it's always been something I was able to do. And then I always wanted to make it somehow. I used to play sports and shit too though. So I wanted basketball and baseball.
Okay.
I had to work hella hard to be good at basketball, but baseball came naturally, and I thought that's what I was gonna do. But high school, that team shit ain't really work out.
You were that good at baseball?
I was fine, for sure. First base, center field, I was fine.
You see these contracts that these baseball players are signing, do you ever be like, damn, I should have stuck with baseball?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, like I knew about the baseball drip back then. Like when I was thinking about it, I'm like, bro, what? They get rich as hell. They careers be lasting long and shit. But I don't know, it just ain't really. I think in high school I wasn't eligible with some shit when it came to tryouts.
Why, because the grades?
Yeah. I always tested high, very intelligent person. But I wasn't one of them motherfuckers that could just sit in the classroom and just focus on the teacher talking to me. I couldn't do that.
So you get sent to the office for disrupting class all the time?
No, I wasn't even like bad or nothing. I just be in there
just
not paying attention.
Right.
They said you had ADD when you were younger.
Yeah. supposedly.
They put you on anything for it?
For sure.
Or Adderall?
You know they love putting little kids on that
Especially
shit,
little black kids from the hood.
Of course.
Yeah.
They love doing that. You know they put me
a
on.
lot of times it's high NE and high SE. High NE and high SE. Your ass gonna get put on fucking Adderall if you black, straight up. My brother got put on that shit. I did not. I was just like, what the fuck this motherfucker talking about? Both my brothers are on that shit.
Yeah.
And
my nephew's like hella young, like under 7s or some shit. And they've already started putting him on that shit as well.
Yeah. My older brother is an ENTP, and my brother who's in jail is an ESFP, and they're both extroverted perceiving DOMs. So it was like, and I was just like, I was the only one that didn't have to take medicine. It was weird. I was like, what the fuck wrong with y'all motherfuckers? Y'all weird motherfuckers. Yeah, well.
You on that shit. Look,
that's crazy.
Started out with Falkland. I've been on all that Falkland. What's the Ritalin, Vyvanse, Adderall, all that shit.
Work.
They tried to put me on Ritalin.
You needed it though.
How did you start taking it?
I really stopped taking it on my own even before my mama knew.
She keeps going for the progression. How did you stop taking it?
She used to pack it with my breakfast because my mom worked all the way. So we in Chicago. She worked all the way on damn near the other side of like Indiana. Like it was like an hour or two away. So we had to leave early as fuck. I'd be getting to school 6:30 in the morning, and they had like before school care, after care and shit. So I eat my breakfast in there. And then she'd have my pills wrapped up, and then I'm supposed to take them after I eat. I should just throw them away. And that's crazy. That tell you something, because when was that, like 5th, 6th grade? But I did not like the way that shit made me feel. Like,
you knew it was some bullshit.
Yeah, because look, I take it, right? And then for like 15 minutes, I'll be the most social person ever. I'll be cracking jokes, you know what I'm saying? Acting like a little ass kid, like I'm supposed to act. I'm in 5th grade. I'm not supposed to be like gathered and quiet, you know what I'm saying? That's not how 5th graders act, bro. But like 15 minutes pass, and then all my personality will be gone.
Crash.
And I'll be like a zombie, and I wouldn't eat. I'd be irritated. I'm like, bro, when they giving this shit to a 5th grader, like that shit really crazy if you think about it. Like they medicating little kids.
If you think about it, he's like 15 minutes, obviously, bro. It takes you about 20 to 30 minutes for shit to kick in. Once the shit kick in, it's gonna kill your whatever extroverted you got, whatever extroverted perceiving function you got, gonna get killed. Like it's just that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna kill either your SE or NE, bro. One of the two gonna get killed. So damn right you're gonna feel like you lost your personality, right? Because you're no longer able to perceive as much. So people take it for focusing, or just they make people take it to basically be a fucking SJ, dude. Like they just make you take it to be an SJ. Study, focus, motherfucker.
So you have to pop another pill to get back up again?
No, I'll just be.
That's how they wanted you to just sit there like a zombie and pay attention in class.
Yeah, and you know what was the wildest part about all that? That shit ain't even making me do the work. Like fuck am I taking that shit for if it's not improving anything? And I remember in high school, I still had it. And I remember people used to bust down my line trying to get me to sell it to them.
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm like, wow, y'all actually like this shit?
Yeah.
Like,
some people take it to lose weight.
Yeah.
People take it like to stay focused, and
That's
they say it
fucked
helps
up.
them
That's
concentrate,
crazy.
which I think is crazy.
Adderall does that.
Some people get high off it. Some people get high off it. I can't, like I said, that shit damn near ruined my childhood a little bit. Like, ain't ruined it, but it made it less enjoyable because that shit kill your personality.
But they say that you make like sad music, right?
Yeah.
So is that maybe because of a result of those, you know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like the reason why I make that type of music is that's just a part of me touching on emotions that people really be scared to touch on. Like, yeah, so I feel like as far as all the sad music I make, it's either stuff that I may have went through, stuff that my homie may have went through, just something that I feel like people need to relate to and stuff to get them through shit. That's really be the source behind that shit.
How many times have you?
People, he's touching on emotion that other people can't. I wonder why. It's high FI. Obviously, high FI. What you got to say about that, PC?
I was going to say, I'm also noticing a little bit of FE because he's talking about shit that people can relate to. Yeah.
But I think it's coming from a source of his FI. You know, I put
Oh
out
yeah, 100%. But I'm just saying, like,
and then
yeah,
people can relate to my
he's yeah,
deeper.
he's got a bit of both. He's got a bit of both with the feeling functions
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
same way that he seems to have a bit of both with the sensing
SI too.
functions. So
Seems like the
yeah.
SI coming out too.
Mm.
But what he's saying there is he's talking about his deep uh, touch with his feeling function and being able to put that out into the world, which is a lot of times that's what the FI DOMs are going to do. And then people relate to the music, you know. So, are we done here, PC?
Yeah, man.
He's ISFP, guys. He's ISFP.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and kill off INFP. Yeah. So yes, guys, we got him as an ISFP. Personality database, you got it wrong. Definitely going
Yeah, I
ahead.
would have been very surprised if he was an INFP, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that, you know, FI hero really be suffering in the world because um your hero function is basically like not valued by a lot of stuff. And you got to figure out a way to, you know, connect to your hero function to feel valued. That's pretty hard life. I think personally, I think that's like living more life on very hard mode. Not even gonna sit here and lie. It's like living life on very hard mode. So we're gonna hit him for pragmatic guys. So he's more about autonomy, not about cooperation, independence, doing the right thing. You know, he's more about his own autonomy, his own freedom, his ability to act and make decisions, free will. And he's concrete. I didn't get much. We got a little bit of inner child there, a little bit there. But yeah. So I think he's Enneagram 4. It's got to be 4. Probably 4W3-ish. I'm gonna say he's self-preserving, right? Long suffering is what they call the SP. And I'd say SL. You know, he's okay with getting his emotions out there as well. I think we had XX Tentacion, who's a 4W5, who was sexual slash SP. So a little different there. PC, what are you thinking about subtype there?
I'm thinking maybe creative, maybe normalizing, because you can kind of see that he's trying to. What's the best way to explain it? Like you can tell that he's trying to think about shit, which is a bit weird for an FI Dom. Kind of gives me chart the course vibes. But he's definitely got creative.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely creative.
He doesn't give me a dominant vibe.
No, hell no. I was thinking maybe harmonizing, maybe.
Yeah, potentially harmonizing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like harmonizing a little bit better than normalizing. I mean, motherfucker couldn't get through school. I'm gonna go harmonizing. Fuck it. I'm gonna go CH. Okay, he's more creative than anything, but I'm gonna say ISFP pretty average, above average, average.
I'd say above average, man, because we pretty much witnessed that his critic and his opposing has come online. So I'm not saying that it was great, but given his age, that isn't bad.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah. And I mean, you know, they can really struggle with getting that voice out there with T inferior. So we'll go. He's in the average to above average range. He's doing all right. So we're gonna hit him for average to between above. Okay. Good shit for him. You know, so above average to above average, he's in that range. I think that's it. All right. Am I forgetting anything? I'm not forgetting anything on my PC. So ISFP creative slash harmonizing, average to above average is 4W3. SP slash SO. SPs are known for long suffering, so they can pretty much endure a lot. And then the, SO4 is kind of like the prototypical SO. I mean, for that everybody knows that like put their feelings and shit out there a lot. So yeah, that was a fun one. Interesting. ISFP, personality database, got it wrong. It's quite usual for them to get it wrong. I mean, yeah. Anything you want to say, PC?
Yeah. If you're an ISFP rapper, don't die.
Well, I would say, dealing with those guys, they're dealing with very intense emotions that neither me or you can fathom. To be honest, and just being honest, because that's their hero function, right? So they're able to make connections with emotions and feel things on a level that I could never imagine, and definitely not you, FI fucking demon. So I don't know how you go about like the world in that perspective, right? I just don't like, feeling all those emotions like that, tapping into all those emotions like that. I can understand why they have a hard time and like why they have a hard time doing things, Pretty sad. I mean, it is what it is, but it allows them to tap in and make wonderful art, wonderful pieces that, some of the stuff that they leave here, like Michael Jackson and his music, for instance, or like Tentacion or this guy, they make a connection with people, and then those people take things from there, and then they keep going. So shout out to these guys for finding a way to make an outlet with their FI. But yeah, me and PC are out.